Welcome back to Man in Your Corner with me, Shaun Tucker, health scientist and breathing performance trainer. We are here in the living lab documenting the science, the struggle and the shift for every man who's ready to recover just as hard as he trains so that he can finally unleash his performance and show the world what he's really made of. You have been stretching your hips for 2 years. So why is it at lunchtime they feel tight again? Look, you've been doing all the right things. You've been stretching. You've been following what they've been saying. And it's worked. It's felt good during that stretch session. But by lunchtime or by the end of the day, it's back to where it was before. Before we get into that though, please go ahead and give us a rating on the podcast platform you're listening or watching right now. It helps get in front of the man who needs to hear this message today. Thank you very much for that. So those tight hips, why do they keep locking up even though you've been stretching them for 2 or more years? Doesn't make sense, does it? Well, it shouldn't make sense. It shouldn't make any sense. You've been following the advice you've been given. But what if you didn't actually have tight hips? What if that was merely a symptom of a deeper pattern that was running? What if? I praise you on your effort. You've been following the guidance, you've been following the advice you've been given, and you've been consistent. But it hasn't led to many gains, has it? It hasn't led you to a place where you can actually feel free in your hips and in your movement. Because by lunchtime or by the end of the day, it's like you didn't even do the stretch. So what's the point? What's the point if it's not making a long-term impact on how your body moves? This is a question I think more people should ask. Because it shouldn't just lock up again if you've been following the guidance. But it will continue to lock up until you address what's really happening beneath the surface. And this is not always as simple as it is. Sometimes it's movement mechanics that go under stress, that go under load. You might have heard this term before, or this sentence: you're only as strong as your weakest link. And if your weakest link is somewhere on your muscle structure or your bone structure, most likely that load that's not coming from a physical load necessarily, it could be, might actually be just causing those hips or that knee or that ankle to suffer. And look, it's there for a reason. It's there to help you pay attention. But if you keep just fixing the symptom, one, you're going to keep on developing worse, longer-term issues than just what you're dealing with now. Two, you're never going to resolve it. And three, you're going to have to do those stretches for the rest of your life just to get by. It's not really a life worth living, is it? So understand, looking at the pattern beneath, what are the behaviors, what are the habits, what are the tendencies that you have when this hips get tight and locked up? So many things factor into it. What's happening in your life right now that is actually adding to the load? Is it that your partner doesn't understand what you're doing? Is it that your colleagues don't allow you to speak up? Is it that you don't have any place to go to where you can just scream and shout and be yourself? When was the last time you really did a well-being check on yourself? When was that? Yeah, sure, you've been going to the gym. Yeah, sure, you've been doing the stretches. But when was the last time you really checked in when was the last time you really checked in with yourself? Honestly. My guess it was a long time ago. And you don't have to live like this. Because what happens when that stress piles up and it has nowhere to go? It'll find those weak links in your chain, in your system, and it'll start pushing so you start paying attention. You first have to understand how it's all connected, and that's the pattern that's playing out. So that brings us to the end of this episode. If you have something that's unresolved, something that no one can help you with, please message me, because we'll be able to get to a resolve. And if this works right for you, we'll be able to find out exactly what's going on beneath the surface. Thanks for tuning in today. Remember that most people wait for their life to change. We are the ones making conscious choices to make our lives better for us and for our families. Change your state. Choose how you show up. I am Shaun Tucker. I'll see you in the next one.